Okay, here we have the moment when Oklahoma had a chance to make this a game, to make this down the stretch. Things get a lot tighter, and perhaps Oklahoma forces Tennessee to play a different style of ball in the second half. But that's not what happens. Um, I will say I've had a lot of Tennessee fans on social telling me that Tennessee ran the ball just because Oklahoma, or they just ran the clock out because Oklahoma was stacking the box. I I don't know if people know what the box is, but that's the box. There's 5 people in it. This looks to anybody that has watched these Baylor, these Art Briles, veer and shoot, whatever you want to call it, these offenses. This is a run box all day. That's what that looks like. And Oklahoma, because of the way they aligned, the way they brought blitzes, all the stuff they did, they played a numbers game. And I think they did a nice job with it here. So we're just going to go through this series. We'll do it kind of play by play. So here, I believe, I'm trying to remember this play exactly. Okay, you've got Nico Booten. He misses a throw. He's got a guy. He just misses him. Now, it's a tight window, and I think what ends up happening, again, God, I wish I had the all-22. This looks like Robert Spears-Jennings gets out of his position. He should have been somewhere here instead of clamping out of this receiver. He lost this guy. So, mistake probably should have been a completion. But I think it's a sign of Oklahoma didn't let Nico get into a rhythm, really at any point in this game, but certainly not here. Okay, we'll go forward. And this is just going to be a run up the middle. Again, 6 guys in the box. Oklahoma's not having to overcommit to the run, which I think says a lot going into this week against Auburn, going forward. Oklahoma can play the run. I've said it, coming out of that, very mediocre non-conference opponent, non-conference schedule, excuse me. But as you look at it, the one thing I know I trust on this team is they can stop the run. Like, I firmly believe that. They've got bodies. They play well up front. I don't know how well they create pressure off the edge without blitzing. I have questions about this defense. Again, not that it's not very good. I'm just saying if you want to get nitpicky, there are things that I think are question marks. But I don't question the ability to stop the run. This defense can play run. And here I think I want to say it's maybe 5-6 yards if I remember. I mean, it's not a bad run. Especially, like I said, for an offensive average 2.9 on the night. Oklahoma did a nice job filling running lanes. And I watched the NC State game against Tennessee. NC State played exclusively in a 3-down front, and Tennessee just gashed them all night with it, and they just couldn't do it against Oklahoma. Now, some of that is not having Lance Hurd. That makes a difference. It 100% does. But it doesn't. You're talking about, like I said, averaging 2.9 a carry, and against NC State, I think it was north of 6, if I remember right. So it's a huge difference. So here's the strip sack. What I like, so it's Robert Spears-Jennings is going to come off the edge. He's the one that's going to get to the backside. Look how well they mask this. You're still basically talking about 6 guys in the 5-yard box here. There's no sign. There's no tell of anything here. And Tennessee doesn't run any motion. They don't know if they're looking at man. They don't know if they're looking at zone. And he just times this so perfectly. Again, and I think smart game plan. They knew as of Friday night that Lance Hurd wasn't going to play. And that, again, one of the give and take of that injury report that's now part of SEC football, the reality that Oklahoma's going to know things before the game, and maybe they run this play anyway. I don't know if Lance Hurd stopping Robert Spears-Jennings anyway, but right here is his replacement, a former walk-on that they had enough faith in that they got very serious in the transfer portal to go get Lance Heard. They knew, obviously, talented guy, but they also knew they had a massive, massive need. And Oklahoma just goes right at him here, blitzes right off his edge. And he never sees him until the last moment. If Ethan Downs can keep his feet and score there, that's not blaming Ethan Downs. I don't want it to sound that way at all. I don't know how different this game is. If Oklahoma doesn't immediately screw the pooch here in the next play, I don't know. We're not going to taint this with the negativity. I wanted to give something where the defense, hey, they're doing a great job here, and this is more of it. We're going to see plenty of it, but again, look at the rest of the pocket. Oklahoma's getting pushed. Now, Tennessee does a nice job. I'm not saying they don't hold up. They do fine. But Oklahoma's, like Ethan Downs is about to beat Campbell. You've got, it looked like, was it Dom Williams over there giving some trouble. So, again, Oklahoma playing nice up front. Kind of interestingly, I don't think I'd noticed this. In a 3-down front here, I had missed this in the game. You've got Dom Williams here and DJ Terry here and Ethan Downs here. You have to play it that way a little bit in a 3-down front if you're going to play this style. Because, Tennessee, if you don't have a 300-pound defensive end, they're going to bully you a little bit. But they've got a bunch of guys here that can stack up and hold and let the really, not even the linebackers, really these two edge players, overhang is what most coaches will call these guys. So what they're just trying to do is here, and then they're going to fill these gaps. And anything that spills out, wow, that wasn't meant to happen. Well, I'm clicking everything apparently. So anything that spills out, if this is a run or this way, it's this guy's job and this guy's job to clean up, and then these guys have pass responsibility. So now in this one, they're in man, and obviously with the blitz coming off the opposite side, I'm pretty sure Dolby's got man-to-man responsibility here. But once that guy stays in, he's coming too. So, but just a decent look at what Oklahoma's basic idea was on Saturday night. I thought it was a hell of a game plan. I loved what they did defensively, and it shows. I mean, it worked out very well for them.